I know that Republicans for years now have been talking about the need to clamp down on voter fraud. The need, because like anyone could just come along and do voter fraud. You know, like it could be you, or you, or you, or even, you know, Republicans who are from Turning Point USA. Here we have Austin Smith, a guy who tried to get reelected in the Arizona House and decided he was going to forge voters' names in order to try and gain his seat back. He confessed to it. He's convicted. This is how seriously we take voter fraud here in America. For the crime of doing voter fraud, he was given 2 years of probation and can't run for office for 5 years. That's it. He tried to steal Democratic power, and the slap on the wrist he's getting is no jail time whatsoever, and he can't run for office again for a number of years. It's literally finger wagging. It's crazy. Again, the wildest part is Turning Point USA and the wider Republican apparatus have for years been telling us that, like, voter fraud is rampant. Look at all the voter fraud. There hasn't been voter fraud, except weirdly enough, by mostly Republicans. I think if you look into the number of voter fraud cases in the United States, you can find maybe like 1 or 2 of like the 8 cases that are by Democrats, but most of them are by Republicans. Again, every accusation is a confession from these clowns. I don't know. Look, I think it's a big problem if you're trying to essentially like lie to your voters or even the voters in your district about what they think. Like, you're trying to hijack our democratic system for your own personal gain. And like, I don't think just saying, oh, well, you can't run for office for 5 years, that's not a punishment. Like, that's losing out on like being able to try out for a job for 3 years or 5 years. That's not really a punishment. You can go do other jobs. Like, his entire thing, this Turning Point USA guy, whose name, by the way, is Austin Smith, he spent the last 6 years advocating for Donald Trump and saying like his election was stolen. There was so much fraud. There was so much fraud. And trying to say that Arizona's elections were invalid because he had been denied rightful democratic process. The hypocrisy is honestly stunning. And I know I shouldn't be stunned anymore, but like, it is what it is. I love losing my right. Yeah. Anyway, folks, let me know what you think down in the comments. Is this a big deal? Is it, you know, was he just a misguided child at the ripe young age of 30 years old? Who can say? Let me know in the comments. Let's keep on going.